Hey everybody, welcome back to Pokemon TCG Online. In this episode, we are going to have a Dark deck versus a Fairy deck. I shall be playing the Dark deck, and you'll probably notice I got some new cards to my deck. So I'm boasting a new deck today. First of all, obviously, I now have some Sableye. Sableye is good because it has the Junk Hunt ability, so any item cards in my discard pile, I can pretty much get it out of there and into my hand so I can reuse it later. That's an important thing in this deck because I also have the item card Dark Patch finally, so I can power up my Darkness Pokemon pretty easily, especially Darkrai EX. And I also have Keldeo EX down there. It's basically good for its Russian ability where if your Pokemon in active spots getting fired upon so much, you can just use Russian to kind of block some damage. And I got Kalo out. And my other new card is Random Receiver, so I can get a random supporter out there. So that changed my deck up pretty much. But let's get into the actual game. Obviously they're playing the Fairy deck. He already has Aromatisse out, so he can start transferring Fairy energy around. And I'm going to do something ballsy here. I'm going to use Confuse Ray, because I have no reason to use Junk Hunt at this point, and I got the Confusion. Hooray! Ray for random tactics. Ooh, and he's about to attack with Cut Off, but he's got a Catcher too. Oh, and it works. He's gonna call in my Yveltal. But can he attack is the question. Ooh, Caitlyn, that's a card I do not see anybody play. But basically what it does is he can put his hand to the bottom of his deck and he can draw cards depending on how many he puts at the bottom. He's got Minchio right there, so he swapped out for that. And I'm debating my options here. I have one Darkness Energy in the discard pile, so I just use Dark Patch and attach to Sableye. It's kind of a pointless move because Yveltal could have gotten out anyway, but that's what I did. Now I'm going to Energy Search for another Dark Energy. And I'm just going to attach Muscle Band to Yveltal because I can use Bicycle, so I draw up to 4 cards. And I am going to attack with Oblivion Wing. No, I was debating playing Oblivion Wing. Haha, I gotcha. No, I'm going to use Professor Sycamore so I get more cards, more stuff to work with. And yeah, what I'm going to do here is use Junk Hunt just to get my 2 Dark Patches back into my hand. That way, Darkrai EX is pretty much going to be powered up next turn no matter what. Ooh, and he's got Giant Cape, increases HP by 20. And he's got the Minchio. I obviously don't know how to pronounce it right, but there it is. It has the Call for Family attack, which he's going to use to get out his Xerneas EX because he gets a basic Pokemon from his deck. I got my Dark Patch 1 and another Darkness Energy. Now I'm going to play Shauna because I don't have any more Darkness Energies in my discard pile, so I'm just going to shuffle all that back in. And I got Energy Switch, awesome. So I'm going to switch that Darkness Energy on the Sableye I do no longer need to Darkrai EX. And a Pokemon Catcher. Let's get that Xerneas EX out here. We want to start killing that off as soon as possible. Another Bicycle. And we got an Ultra Ball. I'm going to discard the Darkness Energy and the Professor Sycamore, so I can get my Swellow. Oh yeah, I also have a Mr. Mime in there. It shields, well, its ability shields damage on the bench, so that's good. And Night Spear. I'm going to attack Minchio because that's a little less HP. Oh no, he evolved it. Well, that ruins my plans. And he's going to start powering up that Xerneas Fairy Transfer. But he doesn't have it up to attack, thank goodness. So, I could play in right now, but you might notice that he also only has 1 card left in his hand. So, if I do in right now, I just give him more options to work with. And I really don't want that right now anyway, because I already got everything set up that I could possibly hope to have set up. I don't need it, but he does, so I'm not going to bother giving him a chance to have it come back. And Breakthrough's kind of like Night Spear, except it does 60 damage, but it does a 30 to my Keldeo down there. Then he has X Blast. The only thing is he can't use X Blast at next turn. But yeah, I'm going to use Swell's Drive Off, because guess what? Night Spear! And I attack at ShadowRockZX and it is knocked out because it had just 30 HP left, or less. And that kit takes care of his biggest threat. We're in a good spot. And energy cutoff, ouch. If he got heads, I'll lose the energy if he gets heads, which is not pretty. And this is kind of a stupid move in hindsight. I used Drive Off to get the thing, I forgot his name. But yeah, the Evolved form Mincio out, but it has an ability where I have to flip before I want to attack it. So here we go, I'm going to attack it. And I get head, so he takes no damage, and I'm going to try to kill Furfew on the bench, but it has that other ability that decreases all damage by 20. So I only did 10 to it. Yeah, it wasn't the best move in the world. But that's what happens. And I lose my Darkrai EX. Wah, wah, wah. And Yveltal's out. I'm trying to make a recovery here. I'm gonna put my other Darkrai EX on the bench, start pounding it up. And I can start using Yveltal to get that darkness energy out from the bench. I mean the discard pile. And there we go. It's my turn. And Furfew's knocked out finally. Oh, and I hate that card. Because you have to flip. Otherwise you do not do any damage. It's kind of like my Diggersby, but even more trollsy. Keldeo EX, okay. Also, you might notice I'm no longer running Diggersby in this deck. Because believe it or not, I did fight this guy just a couple duels before I recorded this battle, so I was actually kept drawing Bunnelby and Diggersby. I was like, you know, it's actually just taking up space on my bench now. I'm not actually using it for anything, so I just decided to leave it out and see how it works for me, and it looks like it's working pretty well so far. Of course, I still love Diggersby. I mean, it saved my butt in the last duel. I'll have to play around and see what works best. Oh, he's getting Xerneas out with Vulture Ball. The regular Xerneas. And he just ends his turn. Okay. Put Muscle Band on Darkrai EX. And Drive Off. Let's get something better out here. That's less trolly. Alright, Xerneas, I'll work with that. And Darkrai EX. Let's pwn some Pokemons. That resistance really hurts my damage though. Oh, another heads. Oh man. Not good. But yeah, now Xerneas has the attack called Geomancy, where he can get Fairy Energy off his deck. So that's what he's going to do here. On to Mr. Mime, on to Aromatisse. And random receiver, Professor Sycamore. It's not going to help me because he has nothing in his hand, so he basically has to rely on his top deck. I want to keep it that way, so I'm not going to get him out of a tight spot. Could use Professor Sycamore though, but no, not going to use him. And that's 2 knockouts. Hooray for Darkrai EX. I just gotta take out Mr. Mime and that's game. He's gonna Fairy Transfer, and what's he gonna do? He's gonna use Massage to heal his Aromatisse. And yeah, there's your Mr. Mime, but that's game. Sorry, Mr. Mime. But yes, that's the battle, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. Finally conquered those fairies, and I didn't get any tokens, unfortunately, but it's okay. It's a pretty nice battle. Well, that's it folks. Until then, rock on.